The 8th commandment of a growthpreneur is thou shalt leverage technology. I couldn't do what I do if I didn't leverage technology. And I know some of my clients, in fact, pretty much all of my clients, they're really focused on family. They're really big on family, really big on personal time. To be honest, they don't feel like success is success unless the family is sharing in that. So technology, you know, people bash on bash. That's an Australian word. People, you know, beat down on technology all the time, and they say that technology is going to break apart your personal life and time with family and stuff like that. You know, like people are always staring at their screens instead of interacting with each other. And that's true. But there is a different kind of technology. Well, it's not a different kind of technology because it's not inherently good or bad. There's a good side to technology, and that is leveraging technology to free up our personal time. Most small business owners, they don't get involved with technology because they think, oh, I'm not good at all that digital stuff, that technology stuff. I mean, for me, this is like, I'm everything. I do everything on this. Like I'm shooting videos, I'm talking to the team, I'm talking to my editor, I'm talking to the VA team. You know, there's just so much that happens on technology. But I'm not even just talking about that. I'm talking about automation, that even while I'm sleeping, I'm getting leads. And so how come that can't be the same for small business owners in any industry? It can. It really can. And I want to use this video to talk a little bit about leveraging technology. So here's the thing. If you don't leverage technology, what ends up happening is you do everything manually, or at least you do things that could be done automatically, you do it manually. And there's a saying that I love that perfectly describes what happens when you do this. When you do everything manually in your business, your input gets outstripped by your output. Like how much you need to put out there outstrips your ability to put in. And so your upkeep, to keep that up, it becomes your downfall. So the point of leveraging technology and things like automation and some of the tools in artificial intelligence that are out there and are available to small business owners, and it's only getting better, helps you to leverage your input so that your output can stay big and scale, and so that you can bring down your level of personal upkeep and you don't have that downfall. So I want to give you 3 frameworks to actually make this a reality and take it out of fluffy technology airy land and bring it right back down into practical stuff. Let's get into it. So the 3 frameworks to give you an overview are this. 1 is tools that have 1 learning period. I'll tell you what that means in a second. 2, automation. And 3, global arbitrage of talent. I'll also tell you what that means. Now, if you're watching this video and you're starting to like zone out and everything else is just like gobbledygook because you're like, oh my gosh, technology, I don't get it. It's kind of not your fault because you're not a tech nerd, and that's cool. Nobody is, not everybody is into technology or data the way that, let's say I am. Let's get into the first framework. So the first framework is 1 tool, 1 learning period, or tool and learning period. So the concept I want you to understand is this. Often what happens is when you try to leverage technology, you put in tools. And tools by themselves are not as helpful as tools with people who know how to use them. Okay, so I think the saying is a fool with a tool is still just a fool. And so we don't want to just string together a bunch of tools, CRMs, Facebook ads, Google ads, and then find experts to kind of do all of those things. Why? Because the learning period, if we try to hire people to do all those things, or even to do it ourselves, is so long. Why is it long? Because it takes time to learn platform or tool, number 1. Then you got to start fresh and learn a whole new tool and platform, number 2. Then you need to learn and onboard yourself and get familiar with or train somebody on platform number 3. It's all too hard. If that's what you're having to do, then what's the point of using technology? What is the point of using technology if the time it takes to learn how to use it exceeds the time that it's going to save you by implementing it? So what am I saying? Try to pick a tool that does as many things as possible in one system. That way you can achieve 5 different activities and leverage the one tool and learn the one tool. So examples are, let's say you're looking for social media management tools, ad management tools, a CRM, landing pages, maybe a blog platform that you can use. You could easily buy a whole bunch of tools, string them together, and then train people or hire people who know how to use each one or who could learn how to use each one. Or if you're a solopreneur, you're probably going to try and learn to use them. And then you become like this tool jockey. You didn't get in the business. You didn't start the business to become a technician and learn to use all these tools. That's a really quick way to lose your passion really, really fast. So try to look for tools that combine all of these activities in the one place. And there are 2 benefits of that. The data that each piece is collecting stays in the one place and you can do more things with it. It's just economies of scale. The second thing is you learn it once, set it up once, and it does multiple things. Okay? It's the silver bullet. Examples are ActiveCampaign does automation emails, a little bit of CRM. HubSpot does all of those 3 things, plus ads, plus a whole bunch of other stuff like competitor tracking and things like that, and blog platforms. So those are 2 examples of learning one tool that can do numerous things, as opposed to having numerous tools that you have to learn numerous times. Cool? That's framework number 1. Framework number 2 is automate. You can look at your activities, be it marketing or operations or even sales. And there are tools right now, I promise you, there are tools right now that could take away a ton of the manual stuff that you're doing right now, that you may not even have considered yet. So one way to do it is to look at all the things that you do daily, weekly, monthly, and start researching. Don't buy anything yet, just start researching ways to remove those and automate and create tools and systems out of it. And number 3 is global arbitrage of talent. I have designers in Ukraine. I have project managers in Israel. I have virtual assistants in the Philippines. I have editors in Jakarta and Indonesia, as well as the Philippines. And the key thing to remember is this, that labor and expertise can be expensive in the country where you are. And we live in a world now where technology allows us to reach beyond our countries into lots of different countries where people are much, much better at doing certain tasks and certain jobs. Ukraine, for example, is phenomenal with coding and technology, and I love them, and really good at technical things because I don't know, culturally, they're just better with technical stuff, like illustration when it's technical, really, really good. So that's an example of leveraging technology by reaching into global arbitrage. Why do I call it global arbitrage? Arbitrage is a stockbroker term where you take a stock that's cheap from one marketplace and sell it at a higher rate in a different marketplace. And what you've done is you've played the 2 marketplaces. And it's the same in the world. There are things that are cheaper to do in your local country than anywhere else in the world. And there are things that are cheaper to do in other places, other marketplaces, than your local country. And so that should be a no-brainer. You should be thinking to yourself, well, I already knew that. Aha, but the key is actually doing it, researching and putting a process and a plan in place to make that work. We have a tool that my clients and I use called the Virtual Team Builder. And it's a format and a template to map out how the process should look when you're building a virtual team that leverages technology, has expertise, and maximizes this concept of global arbitrage. If you want to get your hands on that and you want to see the rest of these 10 commandment videos, just hit the link below. Look, it's been great sharing all this stuff with you. I know that it's a big world, quite literally, and technology can be a buzzword, but it's also something that could tremendously impact and change the way you're currently doing business, allowing you to bring down your level of upkeep and bring up your personal freedom, your space, and your ability to scale the business and see it in a different light. And more importantly, give you a competitive advantage that other people just don't have. Even if that competitive advantage means holding on to your sanity. So look, it's been great. I hope you get a chance to see the other 10 commandment videos. I know you'll get a ton of value out of it. And obviously hit the link if you want that tool or access to that tool. That's it for now. This is Justin Theng. I'm off to spend some time with little Tiffany and the other members of the tribe, who maybe you'll meet very soon if they crash my videos. And so look, I'll sign out now and have a great night, have a great day wherever you are. Go and enjoy your family, and I'll see you next time. Bye.